Until later. Something on your mind? Not that I recall. The others heard the commotion and came up before we struck land. Why? Are you saying you saw someone down there? She? Well, it wasn't Katri or Tia. They were upstairs with me. You could try looking around. It's quite possible we picked up a stowaway. Would you rather they call you Dovahkiin all the time? That's a lot of syllables to call out when they're in trouble, don't you think? No need to throw the encyclopedia at us. It's just a byname. You're sure it was this island? That would be a strange coincidence. I see. What happened in this... kind of vague, don't you? Well, I don't know if you believe in things. We should get those materials or a new vessel and get off, possibly. If you find the time to ask around, go for it. But our priority should remain discovering a method of escape. If you have any more of these dreams, let me know. They're a little too coincidental to be dismissed. Forgive me if this isn't the place to ask, but what's it like? Being a hero, I mean. Is it every bit as magnificent as the legends make it out to be? One day I'll be capable enough to accept such an illustrious offer. But as it stands, I know very little of dragon slaying. I think it'd be best if you retained the title for now. If you haven't already guessed, I want to be like you one day. To have such limitless power at the forefront of my tongue. There'd be no end to the good deeds I could achieve. Tyrants would concede their sovereignty, dragons would fall at my feet, and the people I care about would never know danger. And it's a no short supplies of evildoers, outlaws, or monsters. I shudder to imagine an urn without people like us to put them in check. Well, my limited arsenal of shouts is one thing. But those should be easy hurdles to overcome, right? Oh, it's nothing like that. I was just thinking about what's left for me when this is all over. Once we've found our parents and returned to solitude, I'd like to stay in Skyrim for a while, as a student of yours, if you'd have me. We could be the dynamic duo of dragon slaying. Great! No dragon will be safe with the two of us roaming the province. We'll put a swift and precise end to their horror. Fair enough. But maybe you could answer something else for me first. I'm trying to become more proficient with my Thuum, but one thing keeps holding me back. How do we learn additional shouts? Directly from their souls? That explains why I haven't made any notable progress. Of course! Isn't that what being dragonborn means? Why, are you saying you didn't come into the world with... Really? Huh. Maybe that means my powers are superior. No fair! It's not my fault I wasn't in Skyrim for the zenith of the dragon crisis. I have yet to see one of those creatures up... All right, Miss Right Time, Right Place. If we ever make it out of here, I'll challenge you to a dragon killing contest. Loser has to surrender half the gold in their coffers. Ha! You'd better start refining your skills. Being outperformed by your baby sister isn't something I'd let you live down. Of course, this is all for naught if we don't find a way home. That's what I meant by home. Do you still want to? Good to hear. I know this trip hasn't exactly gone to plan, But as long as we stick to our primary goal, I'm certain we'll reach it eventually.
Need something? As I will. Think of this as the scenic route, complete with a brief interval of a tropical resort at no additional cost. After a little sawdust and nails, we'll be off to find your parents again, as promised. I don't know what kind of a map we were using to navigate, but it failed to account for massive plots of land. The path ahead was supposed to be clear, so I stepped away for a quick meat break. And what do I come back to? Raging waters, heavy rain, and an island that fell out of the sky. That's what you got out of it? Even sober, I wouldn't have been able to steer away in time. You're telling me? Let's just say I'll be writing a very strongly worded letter to the half-wits who charted out these waters. Yeah, this splitting headache. Feels like the world is running laps around me. Could be a combination of dehydration and booze, but I have a feeling it's something else. I get these nightmares every once in a while. Visions of trauma now long past. The headaches usually follow. Not quite. From what I understand of yours, they're ambiguous and directly related to this island. The ones I get are linked to a certain chapter of my life. I suffered through them long before we ventured out together. I'd rather not say. It's nothing personal, it's just that, ever since I left the sweet roll alone with my 3 best friends and returned to an empty plate, I've had trust issues. I just never thought I'd be backstabbed by my own soldiers like that. I trusted them, you know? Well, never again will I be taken for such a fool. The worst part is, I never figured out who did it. Was it an organized heist, or had one of them been operating alone? I'm afraid I'll never know. Actually, I could use some help. Not with the headaches, though. I've more or less accepted those as a certainty. It's with something else. I may or may not have promised the locals I'd kill an outcast for them. Truth is, I don't remember all too well. That night was wild. For the record, they call it a festivity here. If you ever find yourself at one, take my advice. The rum is not to be underestimated. Just after it graced my lips, I was chanting the age of aggression in my undergarments on the roof of a bamboo hut. Oh, it was. The parts I remember, at least. Something about murder, I think. Or was it seashell laundering? Honestly, I haven't the faintest memory. It doesn't matter. If I make a promise, I see it through. That's just how it is. I hadn't expected you to understand. Not many do. On a ship where I'm surrounded by preaching knights and pretentious vigilance, it's nice to not feel judged for once. You might very well spare me from insanity one day. I'll mark it down on your map. No rush, of course. I'm sure our target isn't going anywhere.
there aren't any more.
Looks like we got ourselves a hero. Got that!
I swear.
Just
Are you prepared to die?
Die, you blurry monster.
it'll take more than that.
Welcome to the neighborhood.
If you insist.
Try not to get yourselves killed.
Oh, was I in the way? That's him. You want to do it, or should I? Just thought I'd offer. This will only take a second. Nobody on this side. Well, that's that, I guess. Let's just... Well, that's that, I guess. Let's just... get out of here, alright? Need something?
You want something from me? Well, hello.
Speak.
Make it quick.
How can I assist?
Our neighbors to the south may have this reason, and yet how do... as they pay... Well, he can sacrifice... Yes. The Sutherland's elder is a threat. I suspect he might be developing a plan to sabotage. That is most refreshing news. See it done then.
We're ahead of schedule, sir. At this pace, I expect our defenses will be operational in a few short...
The time of preparation is over. The time of cleansing is at hand. Here, greetings. There is a matter of great concern among my children. Our neighbors, the aliens, actively work to oppose our beliefs. Recently, they have been seen constructing defenses to protect themselves against the reaping. Fools. They cannot hope to hold out against Dagon's warriors. If their defiance draws the draugr to this side of the island, they endanger my people as well. The last thing I need is for the Great Lord to mistake my children for those wretched defilers. I need someone to sabotage their defenses, burn their provocation to the ground. Show the draugr that this side of the island will not incite violence. Go then, my child. May you spare us from chaos and destruction. Hmm?
Yes?